of Hellenic Heritage Month. Thank you all for joining us to recognize the history, culture, and contributions of the Hellenic community in Ontario. Before I introduce Premier Ford, I would also like to say how honored we are by the presence of the Speaker of the Ontario Legislature, the Honourable Donna Skelly. And the Consul General of Greece in Toronto, Mr. Ioannis Katsandonakis. The vibrancy of our Hellenic community is showcased tonight with the leaders representing so many of our local and national organizations. Now, in no specific order, so I do not offend anyone, here goes. AHEPA Canada, the Greek community of Toronto, the Cypriot Federation of Canada, the Canadian Hellenic Congress, the Hellenic Heritage Foundation, the Hellenic Initiative Canada, the Hellenic Home for the Aged, the Pontian Brotherhood Toronto Panagia Somalia, the Hellenic Canadian Board of Trade, the Hellenic Canadian Lawyers Association, the Pan-Arcadian Federation, the Pan-Macedonian Association of Canada, the Pan-Messenian Federation of Canada, the Hellenic Canadian Community of York, Hellenic Studies at both York University and the University of Toronto, Hellenic Language Teachers Association, and last, but certainly not least, Toronto Danforth BIA. Now please, is there anyone I forgot to mention? Because I know I will hear about it if you don't reveal yourselves. Okay. So we have a full program, so we will begin by the singing of the Greek and Canadian anthems by Nikos Sirmalis and Anastasia Kakayanis. So please come forward.
Σε γνωρίζω από την κόψη του σπαθιού την τρομερή. Σε γνωρίζω από την όψη που με μετράει τη γη. Απ' τα κόκαλα βγαλμένη των Ελλήνων τα ιερά και σαν πρώτα αντριωμένη χαίρο ελευθεριά και σαν πρώτα αντριωμένη χαίρο ελευθεριά και σαν πρώτα αντριωμένη χαίρο ελευθεριά. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us commands. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We are also joined tonight by many members of Cabinet and MPP colleagues. And I would like to also ask them all to step forward and join me here. Please come up and join me here. Jim?
How are you? Thank you.
It is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce you to our next speaker, who needs no real introduction. You all know him as a wonderful friend of the Hellenic community, our Premier, Doug Ford.
First of all, happy Hellenic Heritage Month. Thanks to Effie. Thank you. It was 2019, if I remember correctly. Well, thank you. And I just want to acknowledge our great Consul General. There you are. Consul General, good to see you. The speaker, the first female speaker ever. The number one job is to make sure all our colleagues learn with each other. That doesn't work too well. I do want to acknowledge all the colleagues down at Queen's Park here from all different political stripes, because when it comes to the Greek community, we're all the same political stripe. We're out there to support you, and happy Greek Independence Day tomorrow. I want to thank everyone in the Greek community for contributing culturally, obviously food, my big belly food-wise, business-wise, and speaking of food, I can't wait to get the Taste of the Danforth going. Well, folks, we have the largest Greek population in the country, 150,000 people of Greek heritage, and I absolutely love you. I want to thank you for all your support, and thank you. I got to tell a quick story about, I love the Greek community, but who loved them probably even more was my brother Rob, and I'll never forget going down to the Taste of the Danforth. It was very hard to lose Rob. Somehow we lost him. It was a nice, great family. Actually, there was a grandmother, grandfather got him in the basement, and he came out. And what's that drink called?
Ouzo.
Oh, he got ouzo all right. Ouzos, and I just put them up against the wall. I said, "What happened, Rob?" They kept giving me this ouzo stuff, and so that was such a fond memory. But we're going to have 500,000 people down there. We're going to promote it and make sure that everyone has a lot of fun, because it wasn't just the Greek community, every community. We have 110 nationalities right here in Ontario, the most diverse jurisdiction anywhere in the entire world, but everyone loves the Greek community. We're going to be down there to support you, and again, thank you. Thank you for all your support. God bless you. God bless the Greek community. And now I'll pass it over to Effie, your #1 champion.
Yes.
Your #1 champion, Effie. Mentioning that I may have to run shortly. They have me chock-a-block on a couple other events tonight, but it's such an honor. If you ever need help, call me on my cell phone, 647-612-3673, and my colleagues from the opposition promise they won't take your confidential information.
Thank you, Premier, for those wonderful remarks. And thank you for your principled and steadfast leadership in the face of the ongoing tariff challenges with the United States and the broader global economic uncertainty that we face. Your commitment to protecting Ontario jobs and keeping our economy strong gives the people of Ontario hope and confidence in these uncertain times. So thank you very much for your leadership. Friends, it is truly an honor to welcome you to Queen's Park as we celebrate Hellenic Heritage Month in Ontario, a time to recognize the extraordinary contributions of the Hellenic community to our province and to Canada. This celebration holds special meaning for me personally, As the Premier mentioned, I had the privilege of introducing the legislation that officially proclaimed Hellenic Heritage Month in Ontario. When we brought the bill forward, the goal was simple, but important, to ensure that the history, culture, and contributions of Greek Canadians would be recognized and celebrated for generations to come. Today, the vision continues to grow. Across Ontario, 150,000 people of Greek ancestry proudly call this province home, forming the largest Greek diaspora in Canada. From business to education to public service to the arts and philanthropy, the Greek community has helped shape the cultural and economic fabric of Ontario. Now, prior to World War I, Toronto's nascent Greek population of about 3,000 people was concentrated in the area bounded by Yonge Street, Carlton Street, Church Street, and what is now Dundas Street East. They had established a small but bustling Greek neighborhood. Businesses thrived, churches were built, and traditions flourished. But their journey was not without hardship. We remember the Toronto anti-Greek riots of 1918, a painful chapter in our city's history when Greek Canadians came face to face with hate and discrimination, when they were targeted and attacked by an angry mob and witnessed their businesses being destroyed. It was a critical moment that tested the community's resolve, but they endured and they rebuilt into the successful community we see today. This year has been particularly meaningful to Hellenism around the world. In a historic decision, UNESCO unanimously adopted a resolution proclaiming February 9th as World Greek Language Day, a global recognition of one of the world's most influential languages. The Greek language has shaped philosophy, science, democracy, and literature for 4 millennia. Its influence can be seen in countless words that we use every day. People just don't know that they're Greek words. And in the very foundations of Western thought. Our ties between Canada and Greece have also seen a renaissance and were strengthened at the highest levels when in March 2024, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, Prime Minister of Greece, visited Canada, the first official visit by a Greek leader in more than 4 decades. It was a powerful reminder of the deep friendship between our two nations and the vital role that the Greek diaspora plays in connecting our countries. Premier Ford and Economic Development Minister Vic Fedeli met with Prime Minister Mitsotakis when he was here visiting in Toronto. And just last month, a delegation from Greece was hosted at Queen's Park by the Premier and key ministers to advance opportunities in trade, tourism, and cultural collaboration. This was made possible through the leadership of Georgina Blanas and George Lahakis, President of the Pan-Messinian Federation of Canada. And later this week, Mr. Hatzidakis, the Deputy Prime Minister of Greece, will also be in Toronto. And beyond diplomatic and economic milestones, Hellenic heritage is about something deeper. It's about the enduring values that Greece gave to the world: democracy, philosophy, and civic responsibility. These are the same values that define Ontario and Canada today. It is also about community, families gathering around the table, the preservation of language and faith, and the pride and philotimo passed down from one generation to the next. So tonight, as we celebrate Hellenic Heritage Month, let us honor our ancestors and the pathfinders who built this vibrant community, and the young people who will carry forward the flame of Hellenism here in Ontario. It is now my great honor to ask the Consul General of the Hellenic Republic in Toronto Ioannis Hatzianotau, come on. Again. I thought my name was hard. Yannis Hatziantonakis to provide remarks.
Honorable Premier Ford, MPP Efipedopoulos, distinguished ministers, members of parliament, community leaders, ladies and gentlemen. It is a special honor to join you for the Hellenic Heritage Month for the second time during my posting in this wonderful province of Ontario. Allow me first to pay tribute to MPP Efipedopoulos, whose leadership made this recognition possible in Ontario. As she mentioned, and thanks to her initiative in sponsoring Bill 77, March is formally recognized as Hellenic Heritage Month, a meaningful acknowledgement of a community that lived and has helped shape Ontario for generations. And I believe that the Hellenic heritage is much more than a memory. It is a living tradition that combines, among other things, a way of life, a language. You mentioned the Greek language is now, thanks to UNESCO, the 9th of February is the World Day of Greek Language. Values like democracy, philosophy, and you mentioned also philotimo. It's one of those Greek words that cannot easily be translated and express the quiet determination to do the right thing, not because it is easy, but because it is right. It can be found in the family, in the classroom, in community life, in public service, and the instinct to give back to the wider society. The month of March is also the month of Greece's National Day, when we celebrate the revolution of 1821 and struggle that gave birth to the Greek modern state. Heritage, therefore, is not passive. It's not about history alone. It's about continuity, courage, and responsibility, about taking what we inherit and making it serve the common good. That is why the announced support for the return of the Taste of Dartford this August matters to us so much. With the backing signaled by the Premier Ford and also Mayor Shaw, a festival that has long drawn more than 1 million visitors can once again showcase warm confidence and upward-looking spirit of Greek culture to the whole city and beyond. And as we celebrate heritage, we should also look to the future of Greece-Canadian relationship. Our countries have shared diplomatic relations since 1942, alongside cooperation in education and youth mobility. Today, as Canada moves ahead with the first small modular reactor, and Prime Minister Mitsotakis has said that Greece is exploring whether those reactors would one day play a role in its own energy mix, there is real room to deepen our partnership, not only in culture and tourism, but also in innovation and energy. I would like once again to thank Premier Ford for his support to Greece. MPP Triantafylopoulos, thank you for the vision and your persistence behind this recognition. And to the Greek-Canadian community, thank you for proving generation after generation that Hellenic heritage is not something preserved only in memory, but something lived, shared, and renewed. Happy Heritage Month to all.
My favorite Greek anywhere, right here. I love her.
We're going to continue our program, although Premier Ford has to depart for another event. And I'd like next, please, to welcome Alexa Gilmore, MPP for Parkdale High Park, who is here on behalf of Merritt Stiles, leader of the official opposition and of the New Democratic Party of Ontario.
I feel like, Opa! There we go. Good afternoon, everyone. What a joyful occasion it is to be here with each and every one of you celebrating Hellenic Heritage Month. I gotta tell you, one of the things that gives me goosebumps about being an MPP at Queen's Park is being in this room and hearing all of the voices, all of the national anthems from all around the world sung. And today was no exception. I was filled with joy at the pride that is in this community. So my name is Alexa Gilmore, and I am the official opposition shadow minister to multiculturalism and citizenship, which means I follow Graham McGregor around from place to place, and it's an honor. It's also an honor to bring remarks today on behalf of Leader Marit Stiles and the official opposition NDP caucus. And I am standing here wanting to also send regrets on behalf of my NDP colleague Peter Tabbins, who, as you know, loves to be a strong supporter of Greek culture, the Greek Danforth Festival. He couldn't be here today. Friends, tomorrow we celebrate Greek Independence Day. And I know that this is a very special day. It's a special day for the community because in 1821, friends, the Greeks rose up. You rose up against centuries of tyranny and despotism to proclaim independence. That's right, yes, independence. And friends, it was Greece that gave us not only the word democracy, but it gave us one of the earliest examples of democracy. And with that war on independence, modern Greeks helped us on our course here towards our modern democratic world. So as I look out today, I want to say how important it is, how I believe it is that we are gathered here to honor that legacy. Because friends, this is a moment in our history. When we think about it, we see authoritarianism rising globally. And I strongly, strongly believe that all of us here have been given a role to play in protecting democracy for ourselves and for our future generations. I want to say that Greek culture has brought us so much, from politics to philosophy to those myths and legends that have shaped us. I also want to say that the Greeks have given me a name. My name is Alexandra. But if you call me that, I will think you are my mother and I will think I am in trouble. Yes, Alexandra Natalie Gilmore suddenly, drives fear. But here also, friends, in Canada, the Hellenic origins have shaped the fabric of this country. Since before Confederation, as you all well know, Hellenic Canadians have built our communities and have contributed to our province and our country in every field imaginable. So I'm so pleased to be here with you today to partake in the wonderful food, the wonderful performances. Thank you so much. What a perfect way to celebrate Hellenic Canadian culture. Thank you.
The next person I would like to recognize is Jonathan Sow, who is the MPP for Don Valley North and is here on behalf of the Liberal Party of Ontario. Jonathan.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. My name is Jonathan Sow, and I am the MVP for Don Valley North. And I want to recognize a few people, special people in the room. Consul General, I see so many friends from the Greek community, of course, and from the churches in my riding, from All Saints, from St. Nick's. It's so wonderful to have you here, and I want to start, of course, by saying a special thank you to Effie. Effie, thank you for this event. Thank you so much. Friends, today's event is not just important to be able to celebrate Greek history, but what we're celebrating today is Greek heritage. This is a living heritage. It's alive and well today. Thank you to this community. Thank you for everything that you do. So as we near March 25th, Greeks around the world recall the events of 1821 with great pride, remembering the heroes of the Greek struggle for independence, like Theodoros Prokotronis, Alexandros Ypsilantis, and of course, the courage behind the motto, Eleftheria y Thanatos, freedom or death. what truly stands out to me is the resilience of the Greek people that has been carried forward through generations, across continents, and across time. And here in Ontario, that legacy is everywhere. We see it in our businesses, we see it in family and community organizations, and of course, we see it in your faith. We remember that through the centuries, through Ottoman oppression, it was the church that kept the language, the culture, and the history alive. But friends, you haven't just preserved your heritage. You've also shared it, and in doing so, you've made Ontario a better place. So everyone here tonight, to the entire Greek community in Ontario, I say to you, Ronyo Bola, Zito Yalas.
A lot of receptions. I have never seen the room this full before. Give it up for Effie! The Greeks know how to throw a party, right? Yes. And they do say that there's an epidemic of loneliness, but I don't think that applies to the Greek people. So you have a lot to teach us about how to keep our community strong. I was a settlement worker for 7 years, and I realized how challenging it is to make a country your home, but also how to help your young people carry on those traditions. And I think the Greek community has done that so well. And you have fed my children. My kids grew up on the Danforth, and I think their favorite food is spanakopita. So thanks for a tired mother who didn't have time to cook. Thank you for feeding my children. But seriously, thank you for putting this celebration together. It's time. It's important that we take the time every year to celebrate the Hellenic culture and the roots and the history. It goes beyond, although I'm excited for the dancing, and I have to say the food was amazing, we know that the culture goes so much deeper and so much broader than that. So to all of you, 270,000 Greeks in Canada and 150,000 in Ontario, I'm grateful to my local community. Our Greek Orthodox Church has a beautiful Greek food festival every year, and it is packed. So keep doing what you're doing. You're so good at it, and I'm grateful to celebrate you today on behalf of Mike Schreiner and the Green Party. Thanks so much, and Kronia Pola.
Thank you for that, Effie. Look, I'll be short and sweet in my remarks. Short, unfortunately, is genetic from my mother's side. But I'll be sweet by choice, and because it's such a packed room here, and I just want to echo everybody else's thank you to Effie Trantafilopoulos, not only for putting this event together, but for tabling the private members bill to create Hellenic Heritage Month in Ontario back in 2019. Good evening, everybody. Kalispera. Consul General taught me the pronunciation on that. If you don't like it, please take it up with him. Unless you need your passport renewed, in which case I don't think you bring it up with him. It's a pleasure to join you for Hellenic Heritage Month with all my colleagues. And although that private members bill is tabled by FE, but supported by every member of this house, right? The Liberals, the Greens, the New Democrat. What's the joke from my big fat Greek wedding, right? We're apples and we're oranges, we're all fruit. Well, listen, we're all progressive conservatives, we're Greens, we're Liberals, we're New Democrats, but we all serve you and we all love our Greek community. 150,000 strong. We live in the best province in the best country in the world, and the reason for that is you can come from anywhere and do anything. You can come from any continent, you can worship on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can pray not often enough, you can pray too much, some of us do that, sorry to the priests in the room, right? But you can live here, succeed here, bring your culture with you, and be proud to be Canadian. In Canada, we're a very young country in our early stages, in the current state. We can learn a lot from the Greek community who have been around for millennia and will be here for millennia more. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for being here, for your support, your friendship, keeping us accountable. I'm excited for Taste of the Danforth. It was also, I want to say, FB and the Premier were the ones that invested, I think it was $250,000 in the Greek Museum at the Archdiocese out on the East End. And that was a shameless political long-term care beds too. 2 homes, 2 long-term care homes for the Greek community. Give it up for that as well. Thanks, Jesse's leadership. Making sure y'all remember. But now we need yeah, we'll get there. We'll next time. Anyways, looking forward to a good night, food, fellowship, friendship. Thank you all for being here. Kalispera. Happy Independence Day. See you at the bridge.
So, before the real fun begins and our youthful Greek community dancers perform for us, I would like to thank all of our speakers for your thoughtful remarks and to all of you for making this event so incredibly successful. I want to thank our Honorable Donna Skelly, the Speaker of Ontario Legislature, for joining us. We are really, really blessed by your presence. I want to thank all of our MPP colleagues for being here and for all of you being able to participate and provide your remarks. And I want to thank our supporters. Okay, on this one you all have to listen.
Listen up!
So I want to thank our supporters. Andania for the bottled water, Asteria Fine Wines for the wonderful Greek wines you're tasting, Select Bakery for the delicious desserts, and the great catering team and staff from the Legislative Dining Room who are here serving us today, to our musicians, Stelios and Stefanos, who are here every year, to Anastasia for performing wonderful anthems, and of course, to our young people, our young dancers, and to Betty Skoutaki, President of the Greek Community of Toronto, for once again arranging for them to be with us. So please enjoy the rest of the evening. Enjoy the food, the music, join in the dancing. I have one of our MPP colleagues, George DeRoos. He's ready to break dishes, okay? So thank you all once again for celebrating Hellenic Heritage Month once again at Queen's Park.
GrecaTV is the television of the Greek diaspora, a place where news, music, interviews, and cultural shows keep our Hellenic spirit alive across Canada and the world.
Founded by Bill Fatsis, a retired justice, politician, and community journalist, GrecaTV is his lifelong dream to preserve Greek language, faith, and heritage for future generations. And it's completely free, anytime, anywhere.
Bill invites you all to join him. Watch GrecaTV, celebrate your culture, and support his vision by watching and advertising with GrecaTV. Together, we keep our heritage strong.